Have you ever noticed how the number of hats you wear grows with you? When we were toddlers, we wore whatever hats our mothers put on us, and likely is only as long as they were looking at us. Fast forward a bit, and the hats likely changed. If you grew up in rural America, it might have been a John Deere hat or a country girl hat. If you were more urban, it might have been a favorite team cap or something that just shouted glitz or glam. By the time you were dating, maybe it was a hat that said, I'm with him or I'm with her, complete with the finger pointing left or right. Get married and the hat changes from the one you wear at work to the one you wear at home. Parenting brings a whole new set of hats, and the more hats, uh, the more you live, the more hats you wear. It can be dizzying. Get married and the hat changes from the one you wear at work to the one you wear at home. Parenting brings a whole new set of hats. There's more. Get married, and the hat changes from the one you wear at work to the one you wear at home. Parenting brings a whole set of hats. The more you live, the more hats you wear. It can be dizzying. I was thinking to myself, I've got my academics hat. I've got my Bill the guitar player hat. I've got my chaplain's hat. I've got my Springfield Cardinals AA ball cap. I've got my I love to work in the garden cap, all these different caps that have all these different purposes and significances to them. And you can tell a lot by the hat. Uh, you can tell a lot about a person by the hat they wear. But sometimes you can find yourself wearing the wrong hat at the right moment, or even the wrong hat at the wrong moment. And it might be worth asking whether we should still be wearing some hats. That's something a little sketch about seeing a 60-year-old guy who still wears his high school football team cap. I'm Dr. Bill Hennessy, and I help Christians see retirement not as stepping back, but as stepping into their new God given adventure. And whether you're planning ahead or already there, I'm here to help you overcome the chaos, change, and confusion, and to discover the meaningful possibilities that God has waiting for you in the next chapter. Today, I want to talk about how easy it is to get confused by the hats we wear and how that confusion complicates our relationships. Think about it. If I have grown children, I can't wear the same hat with them that I did when they were preteens. And I'm not as apt to be able to shape my son now as that he's a mature adult as I could when he was 8. Now he needs someone to listen rather than to advise, to encourage rather than to correct. The wrong hat may cause me to lose a lot more than I'd gain. Picture a mom with her grown daughter chatting. Mom, wearing her world's best mother hat, offers advice her daughter wasn't looking for, while at the same time giving the impression she isn't listening at all. End result? Not good. Both people end up the conversation feeling disappointed, unappreciated, not valued. Maybe you're a mom and you've had a conversation with your grown daughter and you somehow found yourself wearing your world's best mother hat. You offered advice your daughter wasn't seeking while at the same time giving the impression that you weren't listening at all. End result? Not good. You both ended the conversation feeling disappointed, unappreciated, not valued. But if I wear the right hat, I relate to others appropriately. I stand a much better chance of getting the outcome that I need. And isn't that what we all want? Figuring this out didn't come easily. It started years ago. Figuring this out didn't come easily. It started years ago when I realized I wasn't the youngest guy in the room anymore, nor was I the oldest. And I needed to shift gears and adapt to a new reality. I was getting older. I could see that. And I didn't know what that would bring. So I started looking around the room at the other older people there, and a lot of them were nearing retirement. Some seemed content and valued, and others seemed unsettled and dissatisfied. And when I started looking at how they related to others in the room, I figured something out. The dissatisfied people wore the same hats they always had, but no longer got the results that they were looking for. Others saw that the hat didn't fit, and they found a new one that allowed them to contribute more, be more appreciated, have a place at the table longer. Now, I've talked a lot about hats today. Let's change it up. I've used hats to describe a role, a focus in the way that we communicate. Wear your mom hat and will provide direction instead of serving as a sounding board. Wear your corporate hat at home and you'll sound like you're directing employees more than speaking to your spouse. How does that work for you? It's a focus issue too. At home, I don't direct my wife. I choose to do life with her. She chooses to do life with me. And that requires a totally different focus. I've come to think of it this way: when I find my focus, I'm going to find my purpose. It'll work for you too. Find your focus, find your purpose. I'm guessing that resonates with you. As a pastor, a coach, a business owner, I help people see retirement not as stepping back, but as stepping into their new God given adventure. So whether you're planning ahead or already there, I'm here to help you overcome the chaos, change, and confusion and to discover the meaningful possibilities God has waiting for you in this next chapter. So you might suspect that you've been wearing the wrong hat to do conversations that matter most to you. What do you do? Start by taking a look at the relationship itself. Has this been a relationship that has matured and grown over years? Take your parents, for example. I've often told people that raising parents is tough because you have all the responsibility and none of the authority you had while raising your own children. With mom, it's different. She raised you, but now she needs help, and some days she needs more help than others. If I wear my dad hat into a conversation with my mother, I'll cause frustration and hurt. If I wear my son hat, I'll either lose my sense of independence or I'll place her in an awkward spot by making her lean on someone she once carried. As the adult son, I had to approach my mother as though she needed a helping hand, and it was my honor to give it to her. I couldn't father her, and I wasn't her bouncing baby boy any longer. I was her adult son, and that's the hat I wore. At the end of her life, I felt good about the way our relationship had matured. I'm guessing she did too. Like me, you probably need to consider what hat you're wearing every time you interact with people. In my case, I coach. Coaching is quite different from mentoring or teaching. In coaching, I help my clients have a conversation with themselves that I moderate. When I mentor, I use phrases like you should or uh, you can. When I coach, it's more of a question. What about this decision makes you feel more confident? One inserts and the other draws out. If I'm wearing the wrong hat, my client may thank me, but I haven't helped them draw the answer out. I haven't done my job. As I said before, you find focus, the hat you're wearing, and that's going to give you your purpose. To put it another way, when you're conversing with another person, do you adapt the hat you're wearing to meet the immediate need? If you do, you'll go further faster. Again, the hat you're wearing into a conversation be a conscious choice. Many older people neglect taking the simple step of wearing the right hat to the right conversation and then wonder why they're disrespected or talked over or worse, ignored. I'm pretty sure that you could probably trace the problem back to wearing the wrong hat, taking the wrong role in a conversation that moved past what it once was. What do you think? Did the hat imagery help you see how we can approach conversations differently? Leave a comment and tell me whether this topic resonates with you. And be sure to visit the Finding Meaning and Purpose in Retirement Facebook group, where you'll find many others who share your interests and even life challenges. Until next time, remember, find your focus, find your purpose.